Yes, so new topics are even in odd function, increasing and decreasing function for today. But let's have a brief review from our previous lecture. It was about inverse function. Okay, if you remember, we also discussed about finding domain of a function. But uh, if you remember, I told you that I will also find range. We can find range and domain, but after solving inverse function. So today we will discuss about the domain, range, also with the help of inverse function. So first one we have a review from finding inverse function. But not only inverse function, how to find the domain of a function and also range of this function. Domain and range. Okay, now you can see here this function have a variable in numerator and also denominator. It's a rational function. So for rational function, first we need to simplify. If you can factorize and if you can simplify, so when you simplify after simplification, then you can find the domain. But it's also this already in simplified form. We cannot simplify. We cannot cancel same factor from these numerator and denominator. So how to find the domain? So for domain, this one, the denominator must not equal to 0. Like just put 2x plus 4 not equal to 0. Transferring 4 to other side, we have 2x not equal to minus 4, and dividing both side by 2. 2 cancel with 2x not equal to minus 2. The domain of the function. So all real numbers except one value, and that value is minus 2. So all real value except minus 2. The domain of this function. But how we can find range? For finding the range, first we need to find the inverse function. When we find the inverse function, so the domain of inverse function actually equal to range of our main function. So let's have the inverse function for this one. And you know that how we can find inverse function. There are three steps for finding inverse function. Step number first, you can replace main function u function f of x with y, like y is equal to x minus 5 divided by 2x plus 4. Second step, okay, replacing x with y with x are interchanging values x and y. We have y equal to, so x equal to x minus 5 equal to y minus 5. Divided by, we have 2x plus 4, so 2y plus 4. Step number 2. Step number third, we need to find the value of y. Solving equation for y, we have y minus 5 divided by 2y plus 4. So first of all, multiply x with 2y plus 4, x multiply with 2y plus 4 multiply with y minus 5. So when you multiply x with 2y, this one is 2y. 2y plus 4. So this one equal to 2xy plus x multiply with 4 equal to 4x equal to y minus 5. Now we have y here and also on both side we have y. So if you transfer y to this side, we have 2xy minus y. Transfer plus y to this side minus y equal to, we have minus 5, and if you transfer 4x to this side equal to minus 4x. Or we have 2xy minus y equal to minus 5 minus 4x. Now we need to find the value of y. So taking common y from both sides, from both the terms, first one and last one, y is common, we have 2x minus 1. When y multiply with 2x equal to 2xy, y multiply with 1 equal to y equal to minus 5 minus 4x. Now dividing both sides by 2x minus 1. Is this one is minus or plus? Yes, minus. So 2x minus 1 also divide 2x minus 1. So 2x minus 1 cancel with 2x minus 1. Y is equal to minus 5 minus 4x divided by 2x minus 1, and this is actually the inverse function. F of minus 1x or y is equal to minus 5 minus 4x divided by 2x. Now, if you find the domain of this inverse function, this will be the range of our original function. Now you can see we have minus 5 minus 4x divided by 2x minus 1. So again, put 2x minus 1 not equal to 0. If we replace uh, like 2x, we put 2x minus 1 not equal to 0. Transfer to other side, 2x is equal to plus 1. This one not equal to. And if you divide both sides by 2, x is equal to x not equal to 1 over 2. It means domain function all real values except 1 over 2. So this one actually the range of original function, all real values except 1 over 2. So in this way we can find the range of function as well. But for the range of function, you need to find inverse function, and inverse function domain is the range of original function. This was our example number one, a brief example. We have also another example. We can discuss how to find domain range inverse function. Okay, let's suppose we have y is equal to under the root 3x plus 1. So find domain, range, and also inverse function. But for range, you need to find the inverse function, just domain and range. You know that domain equal to set of all x values, and range is set of all y values, output values and input values. Now we have y equal to uh, under the root 3x plus 1. Now the under the square root is in numerator. So when we have square root in numerator, so 3x plus 1 greater than or equal to 0. Yes, 0 also possible, and greater values, negative values not possible. 3x plus 1 greater than or equal to 0. Transfer 1 to other side, 3x greater than or equal to minus 1, and then divide both sides by 3. 3 cancel with 3, x is greater than or equal to minus 1 over 3. All values are possible. This is the domain. All real values except one value, and that is minus 1 over 3. Yes, minus 3. Now, how to find range value? For range value, we need to find inverse. So first of all, find out inverse. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Now, first step, second step, and third step for finding inverse function. First, we have function, replace function with y value. We already have y. So y is equal to 3x plus 1. Second step, interchanging value of x and y, replacing y with x and x with y. We have x equal to square root 3y plus 1. Now, third step is how to find the value of y. So we need to find the value of y, but first we need to remove the square root. If we take square on both sides, square, next side 3y plus 1, and also taking square here. So we have x square equal to this 2 cancel with square root. We have 3y plus 1. Yes, 3y plus 1. Okay, so we need to find the value of y. So transfer 1 to other side. We have x square minus 1 equal to 3y, and dividing both sides by 3. 3 cancel with 3. Y is equal to x square minus 1 divided by 3. Now this one is inverse function, or you can write like f minus 1 of x equal to x square minus 1 divided by 3, inverse function. Now if you find the domain of this inverse function, that will be the range of main function. Again, we have only x square in numerator, x square minus 1 divided by 3. So, excellent, Diva. So just you can see here this x square minus 1. Now it's in numerator. So if you give any value to this one, x square minus 1, you can give 0 value, you can give positive value, you can give negative value. For 0 value, 0 square minus 1 equal to minus 1. Okay, for giving the value like positive value 1 square plus 1 square, 1 square minus 1 equal to 0. If you give negative value minus 1, so minus 1 square is also plus 1, and minus 1 equal to 0. All the values are possible. You can see here, you can give any value, you can give 0 value, you can give minus value, you can give plus value. But if you give negative values, again result will be positive. Yes, result will be positive. So the range will be from what? Range will be from minus 1 till plus infinity, because only for 0 the result is minus 1, not minus 1. Actually we have minus 1 over 3 when x is 0, so we have minus 1 over 3, so this will be minus 1 over 3. So range is from minus 1 over 3 till plus infinity. Negative values are not possible because we have square. So if you give any value like 1, 2, 3, 4, so the values will be positive. Example of domain and range. Now you can easily find the range of a function when you you are giving a function. Just find the inverse function, and when you have inverse function, find the domain of inverse function, so that will be the range of your original function. So inverse function. This was a brief review from your previous lecture. Now what we have for today, we have even and odd function. What is even function and odd function? And also we have increasing and decreasing function. Okay, so even function and odd function. First of all, even function. Okay, what is even function? Y is equal to f of x. Let's suppose any function. So when we select two values like x1 value and x2 value, for example, if x1 is like 4 and x2 is minus 4, one is plus, second one is minus, and you put values in the main function, y is equal to f of x1 and also y is equal to f of x2, x1 and x2, and both are same for negative value and for positive value. Like f of, like we have a positive value x1, this one equal to f of x2 where x2 is negative value. Like f of, we have plus 3 equal to f of minus 3, so this function is called an even function. Same result will give you from plus value, and same like for minus value. Like we have y is equal to x square plus 1. So if you give plus value or minus value, result will be same. That function is called an even function. First, let's suppose we have plus value, x is equal to plus 5. So x is equal to 5 square. 5 square is 25 plus 1 equal to 26. Same if we give another value with different sign like minus 20 minus 5. So again minus 5 square equal to 25 plus 1 equal to 26. Both will give you same result. Plus value and minus value both equal to 26 26. So that function is called an even function. Again one example from even function, that when we have a function y is equal to x square minus 3. So this function is even function. Why this is even function? Because if you give any two values like x1 and x2, two values, same values with different sign, like we have plus 3 and minus 3. If results are same, that function is called an even function. Let's suppose first one, if we have x1 is equal to plus 3, so y1 equal to f of x1, where x1 is equal to 3, so we have 3 square minus 3. 3 square is 9, 9 minus 3 equal to 6. Okay, when we give second value f of minus 3, so y2 is equal to f of x2, where x2 is equal to minus 3. So we have minus 3 whole square minus 3. Again minus 3 whole square equal to 9, minus 3 equal to 6. You can see both values like plus value and minus value will give you same result. That function is called an even function. Yes. So f of x, f of x1 or f of x equal to f of minus x. That condition is for okay even function. Okay, let's try one example of even function. Okay, we have this one. F of x is equal to 3x square plus 4. So find out is this function even function odd, or sometime possible neither even function or odd function. So then we need to select two values like x1 value and x2 value. x1 value let's suppose equal to 10, x2 value equal to minus 10. So first of all, f of x1, f of x1 is 10. So we have minus 3 into 10 square plus 4. Okay, minus 3, 10 square 100 plus 4 equal to minus 300 plus 4. Minus 300 plus 4 equal to what? 200 minus 296. Next one, if we have x2 is equal to minus 10, so f of minus 10 or x2 equal to minus 3. Okay, again minus 10 square plus 4. So we have square minus 3 minus 10 square equal to 100 plus 4. Minus 3 multiplied with 100 equal to minus 300 plus 4 equal to minus 296. So this prove that this function is an yes even function. Okay, now what is odd function? Odd function is actually like when we have a function y is equal to f of x and we give two values x1 and x2. One value is plus value, second value is minus, like same number, and results are f of x1 equal to minus f of x2. This condition is for the odd function. f of x1 equal to minus f of x2. This means that when f of x1 equal to plus 10 but f of x2 equal to minus 10, or when f of x1 is equal to 100, f of x2 is equal to minus 100. One is plus value, second one is minus value. That function is called an odd function. Okay, one example from odd function, like simple example, we have x cube, y is equal to x cube. So then we can give values, y is equal to x cube. Okay, select two numbers, x1 and x2. x1, let's suppose 5 plus 5. x2 equal to minus 5. So what is, when x is equal to plus 5, y is equal to plus 5 cube. So plus 5 cube equal to what? 5 multiply with 5 multiply with 5, 625. Yes, no, 125. Yes, yes, 125. So this one equal to 125. If we give x is equal to minus 5, so y is equal to minus 5 power 3. Minus 5 power 3 means minus 5 multiply with minus 5 multiply with minus 5 equal to minus 125. Yes. So you can see one is plus video, second one is minus video. So this example of an odd function. Okay. Simply you can say when the power of variables are even number like 2, 4, 6, 8. So that function will be even function. When variable power are odd like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, so that function will be uh, an odd function. But sometimes a function will not be even and odd. It may be neither. Other possibilities are also there. Let's try one example. Okay, you can see here. Uh, f of x is equal to 2x cube minus 4x. So find out, is this odd function, even function, or neither? So we have function f of x equal to 2x cube minus 4x. Let's select two numbers, x1 and x2. Yes. Okay. Okay, great. So x1 and x2, let's suppose x1 is plus 2 and x2 is minus 2. So first one, for x1, f of x1 equal to 2 multiply with 2 cube minus 4 multiply with 2. 2, 2 cube equal to 8 minus 8. So 2 8s are 16 minus 8 equal to plus 8. Now next one for x2, f of x2 equal to 2 multiply with minus 2 cube minus 8 multiply with, sorry, this is not 8, minus 4 multiply with minus 2 into minus 2 cube equal to what? Minus 8. And 4 multiply with this one, minus multiply with minus equal to plus, and 2 multiply with 4 equal to 8. So first one, 2 minus 8 equal to minus 16 plus 8. So minus 16 plus 6, 8 equal to minus 8. So you can see here that first function is uh, plus 8, second one is minus 8. So this is example of what? This is example of, yes, odd function. If both are same like plus 8, then that will be,
Professor, I have a question.
yes, mister.
How do we know the value of x? Did we put it from our side?
Yes, mister. You can give any values, but same value with different sign. You can give 1, you can give 2, you can give 3, you can give 10, any value from your own choice. Okay. Uh, what we have next? We have increasing and decreasing function. So simple increasing and decreasing function. We have condition for increasing function and decreasing function. Okay, what are the condition for increasing function? First, increasing function. If we have a function, any function, like y is equal to f of x, y is equal to f of x, and we select two values, x1 and x2 value. But condition is x2 greater than x1. Second value will be greater than first value. Then when you put these values, like for x1 value, we have f of x1. When you put x2 value, then function is f of x2. So when f of x2 or second value function is greater than first value function, like f of x1, so then we can say that that function is increasing function. Two conditions. First one, we select two numbers, x1 and x2, any two numbers, but x2 greater than x1. Then function 2 will also be greater than x1. Then function number 1. So that's the condition for increasing function. Okay, what this mean with the help of example? Uh, let's suppose f of x is equal to uh, x square plus 4x. Let's suppose we have this function. Is this increasing? Yes. How we can prove? Select two values. Let's suppose x1 is 2 and x2 is, let's suppose, 3. You can select any values. 2, 3, 0, 1, 1, 10, any values, but condition is x2 must be greater than x1 value. 3 is greater than 2. So what is the value of f of x1? You know that x1 is 2, so we have 2 square plus 4 multiplied with 2. 2 square 4 minus 4 multiplied with 2 equal to 8. 4 plus 8 equal to 12. F of x1 is equal to 12. Now, f of x2, we know that x2 is 3. So we have 3 square plus 4 multiplied with x, x is 3. 3 square is 9 plus 4 threes are equal to 12. 12 plus 9 equal to 21. You can see here, second function f of x2 is greater than f of x1. So this function is an increasing function, example of increasing function, because second function or f of x is greater than f of x1. Yeah, f of x first. Opposite of this one is decreasing function. Same, if we have a function, let's suppose we have y is equal to 10 minus x, and we select two numbers, x1 value and x2 value. Let's suppose x1 is 2, x2 is 4, such that x2 is greater than x1. Then function number 1, if function number 1 f of x1 is greater than f of x2, this is called a decreasing function. Previous f of x2, this is x2, is greater than f of x1. But in decreasing function, f of x1 is greater than f of x2. So we have a function 10 minus x, select two values, x1 value and x2 value. So let's x1 value, x1 is equal to 2. We have y1 equal to 10 minus 2 because x is 2 equal to 8. Let's suppose this one is x, f of x1. Yeah, y1 f of x1. Now, second value x2 is equal to 4. So y2 second function equal to 10 minus x, x is 4. So 10 minus 4 is equal to 6. This one is f of x2. Now you can see here that f of x1 is greater than f of x2. F of x1 is 8 greater than f of x2 equal to 6. So this condition is for decreasing function. Uh, you can also find the function increasing or decreasing with the help of graph. Yes, like if we have graph like this one, this function is increasing. In this case, x value is increasing and y value also increasing. Example of increasing function. But if we have graph like this one, this function is, this graph is, this is the graph of decreasing function. In this, one variable is increasing, but other variable is decreasing. X increasing values, y values are decreasing. Increasing function, decreasing function also show relation between two variable, like increasing function means positive relation. Positive relation means when one variable increase, other also increase. Like number of student increase, so definitely income, revenue or profit of university will increase. When number of customer increase, so revenue will increase. This is example of increasing function. Decreasing function, when one variable increase, other decrease, that's a negative relation. Decreasing function, like when fees increase, yeah, monthly fees increase, so number of students decrease. Quantity of demand and price. If price increasing, so quantity of demand is decreasing. You know from the law of demand that when price increasing, demand is decreasing. When price decrease, demand is increasing, and also depend upon other factors like supply and other things. But when one variable increasing, second variable is decreasing, that function is called a decreasing function, or this show a negative relation. Okay, Sher Khan, thank you. Okay, guys, this was our today's lecture. Uh, it was short lecture, and if you remember,